Seiji, a martial arts trained middle schooler, often feels driven to protect the weaker people around him. One day, he defends a homeless man against some punks, and the man gives him a strange tattoo on his palm in return. The tattoo is a secret weapon produced in the arms race between America and the Selenistan kingdom. Seiji finds himself in over his head when a powerful girl, using the same secret weapon, violently pursues him in order to retrieve it. His skill at martial arts may not be enough to keep him alive, but will he be able to learn how to trigger the power of his tattoo in time? Watch the continue until it's finished. The powerful girl named Izzy. She is a tattoo user, or also known as sealed. She explained about how tattoos work that can increase the user's physical abilities and are able to produce supernatural phenomena. For example, Izzy's tattoo ability will activate if triggered by chalk. Her ability is to compress air, which can become a bomb, assisted by Tom. Izzy are tasked with collecting tattoos that have been scattered outside the US because they were stolen by a researcher. Izzy chooses not to kill Seiji because she thinks that Seiji has potential. For several days, Izzy continued to stalk Seiji's activities, until Seiji got tired and asked how to trigger the tattoo on his palm, but it will only activate if the tattoo is in synergy with the right trigger. Suddenly a big man runs towards them. He is Wilson, a mafia member who came to Japan to buy tattoos illegally. He has a tattoo with the ability to increase his body muscle mass. Ordinary people like Seiji would not be able to deal with it, but he forced to fight Wilson even though in the end, he had to be crushed until he bled. Apparently the blood on Seiji's hand triggered the power of the tattoo on his palm, which instantly killed Wilson. Seiji's attack made Izzy surprised because the tattoo was a triggerless tattoo that had the power of a void maker. In the morning, Seiji wakes up in his room and is surprised by the presence of Izzy and Tom. Izzy invites Seiji to join her. Seiji is one of their targets. Unfortunately, a tattoo that is already attached to a person's body will be difficult to remove except by cutting his hand. Seiji's tattoo ability is unstable because it can cause death to the user. Izzy offers to help avoid this as long as Seiji wants to join them. Seiji is angry because he feels used. Izzy explains further if the power has risks, such as herself being trapped inside child's body. They then left to let Seiji consider her offer. Unexpectedly by Seiji, Izzy disguises herself as a transfer student in Seiji's class. She wants to ask for an answer from Seiji beforehand, and it turns out that Seiji is willing to join them because his goal is to prevent a war from happening between America and the Kingdom of Selenistan. But if their goals are not in line with the principal Seiji, then he will fight them. Seiji then officially joins their team, Blue Moon. Izzy deliberately didn't report Seiji to the head office because she was afraid he would be made a guinea pig. She plans to help Seiji so they can find other tattoos more easily in another place. Captain Ajita reports about the cleaning of the royal guard to Princess Aryabata. They plan a coup to seize the kingdom led by the king. Seiji was asked to come to Izzy and Tom's hideout. Tuko, who was secretly stalking Seiji, was suddenly attacked by a girl. When Seiji was about to take a cardboard box in the basement, Tom had an uninvited guest. She was Tuko, who suddenly attacked Tom because she wanted to find the whereabouts of Seiji. Izzy just finished installing the tattoo detector. The device suddenly activated and a man appeared. Laka, a member of the princess' personal tattoo force. Brahman. He attacked Izzy because they intended to seize the triggerless tattoo in Japan for the princess. Even so, Laka did not put up any meaningful resistance because Izzy had managed to escape. Seiji has to deal with Tuko, whose body is controlled by a girl named Iltutmish. She has the same goal as Laka. Seiji cannot activate the tattoo with his blood, but when he triggers the tattoo using Tom's blood, the tattoo activates and gives Tom a chance to remove Iltutmish from Tuko's body. Seiji's Void Maker attack forced Iltutmish to retreat. Seiji then undergoes training with Izzy, while Tuko also gets a tattoo on her forehead. Tom gives her plaster to cover it because the tattoo cannot be removed. Unlike his tattoo, which is only a copy, Tom's tattoo can only act as an intermediary to suppress the supernatural phenomena triggered by another tattoo. Izzy shows a subject that is destroyed because it can't stop a triggerless tattoo. The Void Maker will swallow both living and non-living objects around it. That's what makes Izzy interested in Seiji, because he is able to adapt to triggerless tattoos. Izzy met one of America's soldiers, Lisa. Things got worse after Aryabata succeeded in coupling the kingdom and killed her father. She gave a document containing their next target, as well as Laka and Iltutmish, who prioritized their next mission was to capture Lisa. For 2 weeks Seiji trains under Izzy's supervision so that he can use tattoos well. With her new weapon, Iltutmish manages to ambush Lisa's hideout and kill her comrades. Although Lisa manages to activate her tattoo with lipstick as a trigger, but she is not a significant opponent for Iltutmish. Tom gets news that White Rose, which is the code for Lisa's team, is asking them for help. When Izzy triggers her tattoo, it also activates Seiji's tattoo detector, which makes him rush after Izzy. On her way to Lisa's hideout, she is blocked by Laka. Seiji intends to help her, but Izzy asks Seiji to go to Lisa's hideout. There Seiji saw Lisa, who was helpless, and he faced Iltutmish, who easily defeated him. Lucky, he was saved by Tom. Because Seiji's whereabouts are still very secret, Tom forbids Seiji to do any further. When they take Lisa away, Seiji returns to school and feels useless for not being able to help Lisa. Izzy finds Lisa's cell phone, which contains a recording that they will take Lisa to the kingdom of Selenistan. For that, Izzy will take revenge. Seiji and Tuko were asked to come to Izzy's hideout. They had to be restrained by Izzy, because she did not want the only tattoo that could reveal the mystery of the tattoo falling into the hands of the enemy, plus Tuko's forehead tattoo that appeared suddenly after she was possessed by Iltutmish. Even so, Seiji remained rebelling and fighting Tom. Seiji uses the Void Maker to get out of the place. Izzy received a report from Tom that Seiji had run away and headed to Izzy's location. Izzy and her troops went on a mission to save Lisa. Iltutmish went to kill Izzy's troops, while Izzy fought Laka alone. Seiji and Tuko finally arrived at the location and immediately fought Iltutmish. He overwhelmed fighting her alone. Tuko, who was not far from there, heard Tom's voice coming from the intercom and asked Tuko to hand over the intercom to Seiji. Tom revealed Iltutmish's ability, that is the uncertainty principle. The weakness of that ability is that the opponent will not be hit if there is no observer. But the problem was that Tuko, who could be said to be another observer, resulted in Seiji being injured. Lisa wakes up after being woken up by Iltutmish's pet cat. Seeing Seiji seriously injured makes Tuko angry and helps him while activating her forehead tattoo. The void forces Seiji to annihilate everything around him, but Seiji fights the sound and creates a void under Iltutmish's footing. Seiji defeats her and saves Tuko. Princess Aryabata suddenly appears and praises Seiji's potential for being able to control the power of the tattoo. Then he takes Isle away from there. Izzy finally finds out Laka's weakness. He is only able to manipulate the weight of an object. For that, Izzy compresses air as her weapon projectile, which proves to be effective. But she was caught in Laka's trap, which made her unable to move. Lucky Lisa came on time to help her, and at the same time defeat Laka together. Aryabata suddenly appears and takes Laka with her. Lisa and Izzy, who initially wanted to fight, gave up after they were shown the sealed of triggerless tattoo by Aryabata. She left while telling Seiji to continue studying his tattoo, because the source wanted it. A few days later, Seiji meets Aryabata in IL. They will tell everything if Seiji wants to join them. Seiji, who is exercising, is confronted by BB, a former Brahmin member who is against the kingdom. He takes Seiji and calls Izzy to tell her about it. BB took Seiji to the Tattoo Research Center laboratory belonging to the Kingdom of Selenistan in Japan. BB explained that they were researching a noise canceller, a system that interferes with the performance of the human brain so that the use of tattoos becomes ineffective. There are 4 tattoos that are similar to Seiji and BB. 1 is owned by America, 2 is in the Kingdom of Selenistan, and 1 is in Japan. BB brings Seiji to meet a mad researcher named Mr. Genius. He shows some people who are his guinea pigs. They have powers that come from the source. The source is nucleus of a tattoo, and is vital in manifesting its power. Orders his guinea pigs to attack BB and Seiji. When those people lose consciousness, then the bombs in their bodies will explode. BB uses voids to create fluctuations so that they are able to ward off all attacks. He also manages to remove the bombs without touching the people's organs. Even the noise canceller doesn't work. BB didn't kill Mr. Genius and his comrades. As a form of justice, he was teaching Seiji. Somewhere, Aryabhata and Il are exploring a tunnel with the help of a woman named Cal, the deputy captain of the Brahmin forces. They were heading towards the center of the ruins. When they got there, the princess enters the core of the tattoo. BB meets someone named Wiseman. He is the one who gave Seiji a tattoo. He gives the data obtained from the lab. BB trains Seiji to use the smallest possible void maker because of its enormous strength. Izzy then comes and reveals that BB is a former soldier of America. BB tells Izzy about Princess Aryabhata, who wants to rewrite the world by collecting 4 ruins as a source of tattoo power. BB asks Izzy to handle the ruins in the Grand Canyon, while BB will tackle Princess Aryabhata alone. Sanders, Izzy, Seiji, and others went to carry out an operation to ambush the ruins where the princess and her troops were. Arriving at the location, they immediately attacked the ruins and Aryabhata's troops. They attacked head-on, which caused Captain Johnson to die in vain at the hands of Cal. Aryabhata lent her tattoo to Il to help Cal, who was blocking the American troop. But actually Cal easily overcame them all. Seiji, who was about to go to the princess's place, was stopped by Cal. Shortly Il appeared in the form of a giant monster and immediately attacked the helicopter on standby. Sanders managed to save himself with Tuko. Then Cal fought against Sanders, who was assisted by Izzy. After a fierce battle, Sanders is defeated by Cal. When Izzy is about to be killed by Cal, BB comes to the rescue. Izzy realizes that this battle is just a way to lure BB to appear so that the kingdom of Selenistan can take BB and Seiji's tattoos. After Aryabhata has finished changing, the core of the tattoo was divided into several parts. She went to the surface to stop Seiji, who was about to help Izzy, while at the same time preventing Seiji from activating his tattoo. BB provoked Cal's anger to attack him, because BB had already made preparations before he entered their trap. While BB fought Cal, he asked Izzy to help Seiji. Lisa was going to fight Il, who was raging. Lisa and Leo's teamwork managed to trouble Il, but Il managed to make Leo hit by her attack when he protected Lisa. Leo took the opportunity to blow himself up with Il. Izzy is caught when she wants to save Seiji. He asks the source to give the power beyond the princess. The power is active and connected to BB, who can finally defeat Cal. Then BB asks Seiji to devour him, because his task is completed. Of course Seiji refuses, but BB spoke directly to Seiji's source and devoured him. Tuko suddenly appears in front of Seiji to see how he is, and she instantly devoured by Il. Aryabhata deliberately did that so Seiji would despair and take revenge, so Seiji would come to her. Some time later, Seiji meets Wiseman. He explains that the soul of a sealed is the fuel to trigger a tattoo from the ruins. Instead, sealed is able to use his power to the maximum, but his soul will slowly be devoured to the end. That's the reason BB asked Seiji to devour him, because he didn't want his soul to be devoured. Izzy suddenly appears about to shoot Wiseman, but she changes her mind after hearing Wiseman's intention to inherit BB's determination by destroying all tattoos on Earth. Wiseman asks Seiji to enter a machine so that Seiji can see BB's past, and also the future. From BB's past memories, it is known that 35 years ago, the king discovered the first ruins, and knowing the potential of the tattoo, he intended to rewrite the world with it, but was prevented from being able to enter the tattoo dimension until he created his daughter Arya, an input device in human form. Arya is the most perfect compared to her other sisters. They all can only stay in samsara because they are a failed product. Arya's older sister told BB all the information because she doesn't hate humans. Far below the kingdom, the king built a research facility. As many as 3,000 humans were sacrificed by the king for a heinous experiment that eventually gave birth to Arya. Knowing the fact that she was only the result of an experiment made Arya plan to kill his father and rewrite the world. A year later, Seiji, Izzy, and the others live in a hideout in the mountain. Seiji's abilities have improved a lot compared to last time. Arya has found out the location of their hideout. At the same time, Arya sends a video showing that Lisa is still alive. Seiji and Izzy then plan to go to the third ruin where Arya is, the Grand Canyon. At that place, Ajita appears by changing his form into a beetle monster or something, followed by the other Brahmin members. Seiji and Tom go to the ruins while Izzy fights the Brahmin members who appear there. The princess suddenly appears in the control room and defeats Sanders easily. Helped by Tom, Seiji finds the location of the ruins that are underground and goes straight there. He meets Cal and fights her. In another place, Izzy finally manages to defeat Laka by shooting a bullet containing poison. Seiji is also finally able to defeat Cal in a fierce battle. In the final seconds of her attack, Cal saw BB's shadow that distracted her. Arya managed to unite with a tattoo core that made her stronger. In the face of Arya's new power, Seiji was unable to do anything, while Ejita chose to blow himself up because he was unable to resist the attack of fighter planes from the American army, causing a huge explosion. Izzy follows Seiji to help him, but when they get there they see Seiji in a pathetic state. Izzy and Tamaki intend to fight Arya to buy time, while Tom brings Seiji to save him. Seeing Arya's appearance, Sanders plans to blow up the whole place with a nuclear bomb, but it was useless because Arya had disabled it. Seiji, who saw Izzy from a distance, immediately jumped to save her. That's when Arya's form of the source devoured Seiji and Izzy, but it was used by Wiseman to activate the virus he had prepared in Seiji's drink earlier to trigger the awakening of the source in Seiji's body. He then confronted with Arya and beaten to death. But Seiji can hear Tom's encouragement, which finally revives his soul. Seiji realizes that Arya is actually unable to control the source even though her soul has been connected to her sisters. Seiji is superior because he can do martial arts, is finally able to weaken Arya's source, and opens her mouth. Seiji jumps and defeats Arya's true form while saving Izzy, who is trapped inside the source's body. Wiseman looks happy because things are going according to his plan. Seiji and the others celebrate their victory after successfully stopping Arya's plan to rewrite the world. That's the recap of the Taboo Tattoo anime. So, for those of you who like supernatural and fantasy-themed anime, what do you think about this anime? Thank you for watching, stay healthy, and see you again.